Hi guys, how are you today? Good. Thanks for some of your bucket list paragraphs. They're really interesting. Okay, first thing to tell you is, after speaking with other teachers and with Will, the decision is from next week, all of our classes will be on Zoom. Now, I know that quite a lot of you prefer YouTube, but we're going to give Zoom another go, all right? So look out for my invitation that I'll be emailing you for next week's classes, all right? They're going to be on Monday and Wednesday at 5 o'clock, okay? So I'll be sending you the invitation to do that. If we have real problems like we did last time, no problem, we can change things around, all right? But we're going to give it another go, so look out for my email. Okay, today we are going to look at some grammar on page 108. Okay, so on page 108, first of all, you'll see exercise 1, there are 3 sentences, okay? And look at what you have to do for exercise 1. Find 2 actions in each sentence. Which one happened first? Okay, so for the 3 sentences, can you find the 2 actions and decide which of the 2 actions happened first? All right, we're going to do the first one together. All right, can you see this okay? So we ate sandwiches and snacks that we'd taken with us. So what's the first action? Yes, so we ate sandwiches and snacks. And the second action? We'd taken with us. Very good. So here's the 2 actions, but which action did we do first? Did we eat the sandwiches or did we take the sandwiches with us? Good. The first action is we take the sandwiches. And the second action is we eat the sandwiches. Okay, so before we look at the grammar, can you look at sentences 2 and 3 in exercise 1? Find the 2 actions and decide which action happened first and which action happened second. Okay, I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Go. That's halfway. Okay, did you find all the actions and put them in the correct order? Great. So let's look at number 2 then. Number 2, I watched films all day in my bedroom. My parents had recommended them. So one action is watch films and another action is recommend the films. Which action happened first? Good, they recommend the films and then I watch them. In number 3, I'd done all 20 things on my list before I went back to school. What are the 2 actions? Good, do 20 things. And the other? Go back to school. Excellent. Okay, which one happened first? Yes, so do the 20 things and then go back to school. All right? So let's have a little look at the grammar. Past perfect. All right? So we use past perfect, had, and a past participle to talk about an action that happened at an earlier point in the past. Here's an example. I had a picnic at the beach with some friends. As a child, I'd done it with my family. So the past action is to have a picnic at the beach, and before that past action, I'd done it with my family. All right? So look again at the example number 1. We ate sandwiches and snacks that we'd taken with us. So we ate sandwiches is the action in the past, And we taken with us is before the past action. Therefore, we use past perfect. So past perfect is had and a past participle. This one, we had taken. All right, fairly simple? Good. Let's look at the next part of the grammar then. Past perfect and past simple. So we use past perfect and past simple in the same sentence to show that one action happened before another. We played some old board games which my dad had found in the attic. Again, two actions, they're both in the past, but the action in past perfect, my dad had found, this action came first. The next action is we played the board games. Okay, so past perfect happens first, past simple happens second. We often use these adverbs of time and time linkers with the past perfect. Look at the list. Before, once, when, just, never, ever. Not exclusively with past perfect, but we often use them with past perfect. Okay, look at the example. After we had swum in the sea, we built a huge sandcastle. Okay, so we know because of had swum, the order of the actions, but we can also help by using a time reference, after. Okay, fairly simple? Excellent. So now we're going to look not at exercise 2, go straight to exercise 3. Okay, so here we have 8 sentences, and I'd like you to choose the correct option in each sentence, okay, with the correct verb form. So for example, number 1, a few summers ago, I saw or I had seen a TV programme about orienteering. Now remember, you need to think about the order that actions happen. If it's one action in the past, past simple. If there's 2 actions, the first action past perfect and the second action past simple. Okay, so you know what to do. Hit pause on the video, choose the correct option, and when you finish, we're going to listen and check our answers. Okay, good luck. Pause. And back. Right, you're not cheating. No, you have done the exercise. Good. Let's go through then. So we're going to listen to Max, who's talking about a summer holiday experience, okay, and check the answers to the 8 sentences. All right, are you ready? Let's go.
A few summers ago, I saw a TV programme about orienteering. Orienteering is a kind of outdoor adventure sport where you run from one place to another and then another along a course, usually in the countryside somewhere. You find each place using an old-fashioned map and compass. No mobile phones allowed. I hadn't heard of it before, but I thought it looked exciting. I really wanted to try it because I had spent a lot of time at the park as a child and I love the outdoors. So I persuaded my mum to take me orienteering and run with me. She'd recently run a half marathon, so I knew she was the right teammate. She's also much better at map reading than my dad. Anyway, it was a Sunday morning in August. We got up early, and after we'd put our boots and stuff in the car, we drove to a nearby forest. There were lots of people there, including young kids and older people too. Mum and I started the race quite slowly, but once we'd worked out the quickest way to complete the course, we ran faster. We found each location quite easily and were pleased when we got to the finish line. We had some water and a rest while we watched the other teams arrive. And then, when they announced the winners, we found out that we had won. We couldn't believe it. We were so happy, but I think it was probably beginner's luck.
Okay, so do you have an answer for each of them? How did you do? Good. Should we go through the answers then? All right. Number 1 then. A few summers ago, I saw a TV programme about orienteering. Number 2, I hadn't heard of it before, but I thought it looked exciting. Number 3, I really wanted to try it because I had spent a lot of time at the park as a child. Number 4 then, she had recently run a half marathon, so I knew she was the right teammate. Number 5, after we'd put our boots and stuff in the car, we drove to a nearby forest. Number 6, once we had worked out the quickest way, we ran faster. Number 7, we were pleased when we got to the finish line. And number 8, when they announced the winners, we found out that we had won. How did you do? Everything correct? Of course it's correct. So now, have a look at exercise 5. All right, this time you need to complete the blog post with past simple or past perfect form of the verbs in brackets. So remember, you need to think again. Is it one action in the past simple? Are there 2 actions? Which one happens first? Past perfect. Which one happens second? Past simple. Okay, again, you know what to do. Pause the video, and when you've finished, come back. Okay, are you ready? Pause that video. Right, and we're back. Let's have a look. So I'm going to read the text with the correct answers. All right, if you want to check your answers now, this is the time. Are you ready? Our first festival. My friends and I decided to go to Latitude after we'd read a review about it. We wanted to do something different and we hadn't been to a festival before. We booked our tickets online and downloaded a list of things to take that the organisers had put on their website. My backpack was really heavy because my mum had given me lots of food. We travelled with hundreds of other teenagers who had bought tickets for the festival. At the campsite, it took ages to put up our tent because we hadn't packed the instructions. It was exhausting. At last we were ready. There were poetry classes, art exhibitions, dance demonstrations, and lots more. Finally, we arrived at the stage where my favourite singer had just started his performance. He was amazing. How did you do? Everything correct? Great. Okay, be careful here with number 2. Okay, we hadn't been. Remember, the past participle of go, there are 2 options. Okay, gone and been. When we use gone, it means that we went. When we use been, it means we went and returned. Okay, so here we're talking about an experience in the past that we went to and came back, or in this situation, in negative, didn't go to and come back. So we use been as the past participle. All right? Perfect. So, final thing today then is your homework. Yes, more homework. Your homework is to look at exercise 6. Okay? Instead of speaking with a partner, bit difficult to do, I would like you to write me 1 paragraph, okay, about something special or unusual you did during a summer holiday. Now here it says summer holiday, you could choose Easter holiday, Christmas holiday, I don't mind. If you can't think of anything interesting or unusual, invent something, no problem. Look at the 5 things you need to include in your paragraph. So, where and when was it? Who were you with? Had you done it before? Past perfect. Had you done it before? What had happened before that? And finally, how did you feel? Okay, so send me a paragraph about an unusual or a special experience, okay? And look for your emails for the Zoom classes for next week. All right, guys? Bye-bye.